transition into the LPL because there is a lot of news happening around that, which consequently makes there less LPL specific news, mainly surrounding around this new disease, the coronavirus that's been coming around. Emily, I know that this means that there is basically an indefinite suspension of all LPL games. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so basically, I think when people are talking about this suspension, they kind of have to remember that the LPL wasn't going to be back until the 5th anyway. So they were already going to have this like super long, weird Lunar New Year break that they always do. But currently, you know, the LPL is suspended due to the spread of the coronavirus while they're trying to contain it in all of China. And obviously, this is not an LPL thing. This is a, you know, China pandemic. So we hope that everyone stays safe. We hope that everyone stays healthy. I think another thing you have to remember is that most players are probably at home. So even if they could travel to Shanghai, they can't because of the travel ban, because of the nature of Lunar New Year as a family holiday. So yeah, I mean, it is pretty poop, not gonna lie. I'm really worried about, you know, what's gonna happen going forward, not only with players' health, but then also we have to think about the repercussions of this on LPL as a region, how well they're going to do if they have to play matches online, that kind of thing. So
yeah, it also brings. Oh, go ahead.
And we saw Overwatch League cancel their events for February and March, which if that happens in the LPL, it's going to really mess up the rest of the League of Legends competitive season. So I'm hoping that's not the point we eventually reach.
Yeah, just a lot of obstacles thrown in because of this new illness. I mean, LCS specifically, I don't think anything's been officially announced, but you've seen players kind of avoid handshake lines. Fan meets have been canceled, all because they are terrified of catching this thing. Because in LA, I believe there's been 2 cases that have been already noted, but it's also spreading to the LCK. LCK starting up soon, and they're going to have no audience because they want to make sure that their players are safe. And Tyler, I know this sucks because this is their first time that they're having an amazing headliner match between SKT and Damwon.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard from multiple sources that right now, looking in the scrims, I know Scrim Bucks, not always the best tell, but Genji and Damwon are apparently looking really, really strong in scrims, and not too surprising, right? Damwon's the same 5 from last year, Genji, lots of talent on that roster, but the first game, T1 versus Damwon, is so exciting. And if I'm looking at that series, the thing I'm looking at most is in the top lane, Naguri versus Kana or Roach. Who's going to be, I think that's the thing with T1. If T1 wants to win this year, it has to come through the top lane. I'm not saying that the top lane needs a carry, but they need someone who they can depend upon. Whenever T1 has had that dependable top laner, they've gone far. They've gone at least quarterfinals, semifinals, won Worlds. When they've had misconnections on the top lane, like they had Intara and Tall that one season with Blossom, for me, Kana or Roach, can one of those two kind of step out and just take the starter spot? That's what I want to see. I want to see one of them just steal that spot from the other and just keep going forward, because if that happens, T1 can win LCK. If there is a battle for that top spot, no one wins. When you have 2 top laners, you have 0 top laners. You want one really strong top laning starter, and T1 needs that if they want to even come close to beating, you know, the likes of Damwon, Genji, and the other top teams in LCK.
I'm just excited for more Ashley interviews. I miss seeing her face on the front page of Reddit and on Twitter every single day. I want to see more interviews. There was actually a piece of information that went out about LCK interviews specifically saying like all players are...
Yeah, Lasso. One of the South Korean invented journalists and photographers, Lasso, he was saying that everyone's going to be wearing masks and they're going to have basically like protectors over the microphones just to make sure that media and players stay safe, and they're all going to take place in the press room over there. So
yeah, but sending all of our best regards and well wishes to anyone who may be impacted by this scary illness. Definitely wishing you good health.